This war stops now.
You are tired of the war. I can see on your face.
End the war. Bring freedom to our people.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
Listen to me! Listen to me! Stop!
No. No more tricks. No more lies. Only truth.
Welcome to the Stop and Listen podcast. I'm your host, Jamie.
Well, let's start the insanity.
So, good evening. How are you all doing? It's been a few days. I've kind of got off schedule. I recorded something Sunday, and then I didn't have time to edit it. So Monday I got started on it, and then worked on it a little bit. And then on Tuesday, I kept cutting it, and there was like almost nothing left. And I was talking about like prior to the Iowa caucus, so a lot of what I was saying was irrelevant already. So I just cut it, and then I've been just trying to get through this cold weather. It's been, sub-zero here for a couple days in Missouri, lightened up, and getting back to it. So this story, actually seen on Fox News, but this happened 10 minutes, 15 minutes from where I live. Anyway, an 18-year-old Missouri man is accused of shooting another man 15 times and hiding the body in an air mattress that was rolled up and wrapped with electrical cord, according to court documents. Jackson Pierce, 18, and a juvenile suspect were taken into custody without incident Monday at a home in the 300 block of Willott Square Drive in St. Peters, Missouri. Okay, so this is where this incident happened, on X map of it. This is not a high crime area. This is suburban as it gets. I mean, lots of houses you can see. That this is suburbia. Apparently the shooter said that the victim was at a residence asking for unknown belongings and showing erratic behavior. Allegedly, it was a drug dispute. This fella probably stole the guy he shot his drugs. If I had to guess, that's probably what happened. It's crazy, but the quotes are what's great. So he said when taken into custody, "Dog, here instead of just saying here I'll change it up. Dog, I should have bucking called the cops myself. I should have called the cops myself, bro. I am dumb as buck." So, 18-year-old kid probably likely stole some drugs. I've seen it myself. Never seen it escalate to that level. Thank God. Never been a party to. I have a friend in particular, or I had a friend, an associate really, when I was younger, who spoke a lot like that, and grew up in the same area. Ain't no reason to be speaking like that unless you're hearing it from rap songs. And not that there's nothing wrong with rap songs. There are many of them that are very good. Not many of them that are very positive, though. As I've gotten older, I need every ounce of positivity that I can get. I'm looking for a local news story about it, and I'm not seeing one. And it's odd how it made national news. It's funny, I just forgot how to use the internet for a moment. I searched it. I searched the shooter's name, and the alleged shooter, allegedly. I have no idea. I wasn't there. I was in party 2. He didn't talk to me about it. He didn't call me for any advice, nothing like that. So the fella, I searched his name by Jackson Pierce, and I was looking for a local news website. And I was scrolling, and nothing was coming up. I was like, very confused on what to do next. And then it realized I can actually go to the website itself, type that in, and then do a search in the website, and here it is. So on Fox 2 now, Dalton Coleman was in O'Fallon, Missouri, which is in between St. Peter's and myself. It's like a few hundred feet away, the line, I believe, from where I am now. Well, I was hoping that they would. I was hoping to like play a little news clip of it. I guess it didn't dawn it important enough. Unfortunate. So the Missouri River runs in between St. Louis County and St. Charles County, where I am at, and there has been more violent crime. We haven't seen more reports of violent crime lately. And it just seems like, and there's that whole thing, the crime is over there. We see it popping up over here more. We start to get fearful and, oh my God, It always seems like it's getting worse, but I mean, there's not too many days in human history that have been peaceful. I was very close to stuff like that when I was younger. College wasn't in my high school plans. That's not what I was preparing for. Luckily, I took a right turn and straightened things out. This isn't. What do you think this is? Arizona green tea. They're not a sponsor in any way, and they're not affiliated with this program in any way at all. But if they would like to be, maybe it wasn't Arizona green tea. Actually, I may have mixed that up. It might be just straight bourbon. Staying with another local news story, but it has repercussions really everywhere, and I think this is very interesting and worth a thought. The Riverfront Times, which it was a newspaper, now it's a website as far as I know, kind of like the Rolling Stone. And then a liberal kind of newspaper type. That's where they come from. No, I'm sure no one's ever heard of them before. Republicans lead the charge to abolish Missouri's death penalty. Being 100% pro-life, I believe the death penalty is something that we really need to examine, said Rep. Jim Murphy. A group of Missouri lawmakers raised concerns about the death penalty and advocated for legislation that would abolish it in Missouri during a Tuesday press conference at the state capitol, characterizing it as an issue of restraining government overreach and protecting life. Now this is, Rep. Chad Perkins, Republican from Bowling Green, has filed legislation to abolish the death penalty and sentence those on death row instead of to life in prison without parole. As a Christian, I've been very torn on the death penalty. I mean, I've had Christians make the case why the death penalty is okay. I don't know every page of the Bible. I'm fairly familiar, but I mean, I think there are circumstances where maybe it's. But I don't. My stance is, as a Christian, it's hard for me to accept that the death penalty is the best choice for society. Is my hope that everyone gets saved. And the longer someone sits in prison, maybe eventually their heart softens and they turn to God. That's what I want. And you shorten that ability, you take away that time for that person to have remorse. We've seen governors let violent people out of prison and then go and kill other people. That's ruined two presidential hopefuls on both sides of the aisle. It's a problem for the Republicans and the Democrats. I think one side is a little bit more well known for it, but they both do it. And that's the thing, you want to protect the public, so I mean, if somebody can't be saved, I mean, like, I don't know, like a Ted Bundy, like that kind of person, I don't know, like, and they talk about the cost to house a prisoner, and I don't know how, it shouldn't cost that much. I think we need prison reform. I think we need more of them. First off, let's build more prisons, but let's reform them and how they operate. And they should be a lot of segregation in prison with people, violent people should never be on, never interact with non-violent offenders in any way. And then maybe rapists and murderers go even another separate prison from there. That's fine. We'll build as many as we need. But they should not have luxuries in prison. It should not be like camping. It should not be fun. But I think luxuries could be earned. If these fellas are going to be in prison, allow them to contribute to society. This may be crazy, but I remember watching an episode of the Black Mirror where they, everyone had to get on their bicycles and pedal for a while. I don't remember all the details of the episode. It's been several years since I've seen it. But what if, prisoners, and they weren't forced to do this. They could stay in their cell and get their food, an hour of exercise a day, something like that. Maybe you could earn your way to having TV in your cell. I mean, have it, installed in the wall and everything that they can't get to it. And if they earn their way to it, and maybe they're on these bicycles producing electricity for the prison, cutting down on the cost for it. Whatever we can do, however we can make them productive by choice. If they want to sit in the cell for their punishment, that's fine. But if you want to earn better food, better privileges, fine. Get on that treadmill or get on that bicycle and just keep on pedaling. How can that be bad?
Go on, Dan. Do your work.
But I'm so happy to see Republicans getting behind this, because it's been generally a Democrat issue or a liberal issue, and I never quite understood why. And I say no. As a Christian, I cannot accept it. I've battled it in my mind for years, and seeing that this is actually something going through they're working on, and this is because I am pro-life. And if you're not, that's one of the first places I would go for an argument. And I've heard people who I agree with on so much argue how, make the arguments for it being different. And yes, it is. But they're both image bearers of God. That's the thing, we can't. I like the idea of just being pro-life, period. All lives matter. That sounds fantastic. Now, I'm not sure if you guys will see this now that I said that. DEI is great. I think we need more of it. Uh-oh. We got the Blues game on mute, and it's... Anyway, the Blues got scored on, and I lost my train of thought. It's easy to cast away life. That's what should make us different, that we value life differently than elsewhere. We don't. I've heard many arguments from Christians about the death penalty, saying it's okay, but if you're going to argue for the life of the unborn, Jesus hated hypocrites. If you're in a discussion with somebody and someone says, well, okay, well, what about the death penalty? And then you have to go on a 5 to 10 minute diatribe to explain your point, which very well is completely valid, you've lost the argument. Well, at least it's not going to land very hard, that's for sure. First Alert 4. I'm gonna do everything local, I guess, this episode. I seen that Kraft Singles is coming out with 3 new flavors of cheese.
Ooh, now that's a hot lead.
So, spoiler alert. Starting this month, Kraft Singles is adding 3 new flavors of cheeses. Jalapeno, garlic herb, and caramelized onion. It sounds completely disgusting, but I'm sure it'll be delicious. Hot tip. Grilled cheese. Alright. First off, you gotta start out with, I make bacon almost every weekend. I make it in the oven. It's a far better way to make bacon. Cooks nice and even. And you take that pan and you just tip it over and you collect your grease. Keep that in the jar, keep that in the refrigerator, and use that for cooking. Buy some sourdough. Take some sourdough, put some baked grease on each side of that. Some nice American cheese in between. Or you can also do it for a different variety of cheeses, but for a grilled cheese, really, you can't beat American cheese. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, then some of those flavors, I'm sure it'd be really good too. So, okay, so I'm not a football fan. I don't hate it. I just got too much things going in my life, and it's not important. I like hockey, but I really don't care about football. But I did hear that Texans quarterback CJ Stroud was a pretty vocal Christian, and after games he would, call out, Christ, his love for Christ, and thank the Lord, and all the normal things that people used to do.
Your first NFL season and a record-setting performance for you. What does this moment mean?
First and foremost, I just want to give all glory and praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It's been amazing being in this city for as short as I've been, but the love that I've got, I've really just been doing it for Houston, man. People back home, I'm blessed enough to be in the position I am and blessed enough to be playing at a high level right now, and we got to just keep it going, but I'm super blessed.
So many of your teammates contributed in this victory. How were you able to find so many targets?
Just the hard work we put in that practice. There's no me without my teammates, my O-line, my tight ends, my running backs, my receivers, my defense. We all put it together. When you play in complementary football.
See, he sounds like an incredible human being.
CJ, your first playoff game in your first NFL season and a record-setting performance for you. What does this moment mean?
It's been amazing being in this city for as short as I've been, but the love that I've got, I've really just been doing it for Houston, man. People back.
That's evil. I've been in a few Christian Facebook groups, and atheists love to get in those groups and troll. And one of them, especially, is an apologetics group, which is making the argument for God, for your beliefs. And it's not just saying that I have faith, which is great if one does. I do. But it's also like knowing some facts and figures and some things that give you a stronger case if you're arguing with somebody or trying to convince somebody that we have a creator above. And see, and the funny thing is, I don't believe in aliens. I do not believe in aliens at all. I have never argued with anyone about the existence of aliens. I've never joined a Facebook group to argue with alien believers. I'm sure they're out there. That's what shows. It's just I don't understand why one would choose to fulfill their time that way. And I love doing battle with them. It really helps me sharpen my skills. And I have to read a scientific paper about some bullshit. But I'm going back and forth with somebody, and I'll read some science and I'll poke holes in it. I perused it earlier, and I've already got a few things to say, but I don't understand the people who are indifferent, or those who are indifferent, like non-religious. I believe there's evil at work that has helped you get there, and the lackluster efforts of pastors to actually show any emotion and get excited about something that's actually going to create a following. Yeah, you don't see that too much. And it's very similar to, I think, Republicans. I think conservatism, like just wanting to conserve your culture and morality and just, keep things close to the vest, essentially. People are inherently conservative. The Republicans have the right message, and it's like they don't even try. They have a great message, and they don't try to spread it. pastors, of course, do spread it, but the way they do it doesn't inspire much. Pastors don't inspire much. You shake it off after you get in there. I mean, I would love to see CJ Stroud actually call out that network for what they did and refuse to speak to them until they admit what they've done and apologize. We have to take a stand, and it's so much more impactful. The magnitude of a public Christian taking a public stand. We need that. We need that so much. So, CJ Stroud, just fantastic, man. I hope you have a great life. After so many years that just kind of turned me off on football, it wasn't the product itself was definitely part of it. The wokeness that got to me. So, can you see, if anyone who has watched me before, I had an American flag upside down here. I explained a few times that that's not disrespect to the flag, and I kind of got paranoid. And so I got a sticker that I don't have to explain the meaning, or it's not going to piss anyone off. So as I said, it's cold here. It's just been cold. There's snow on the ground. We've gotten a little bit. We haven't really gotten hit too hard just yet. I'm a little worried for next week. There's rain in the forecast every single day, and it's just hovering right above freezing. So if they're off on that temp at all, it might be ugly. But again, staying local from Fox 2 now. Also not doing any journalism of themselves. This is from another website somewhere else. Somebody else. They don't do a lot of journalism at Fox 2 now, or any of the local stations from really what I oversee. Before winter storms roll in, people often head to the grocery store to stock up before hunkering down. Why do people buy milk and bread before winter storms? Before winter storms roll in, people often head to the grocery store to stock up before hunkering down. It is expected to be really bad. You might see stores cleared out of milk and bread. But why? Milk spoils if not refrigerated, and bread can mold or harden within a few days. Actually, I've been noticing bread's lasting a lot longer. I've had bread, like, sometimes I'll have like the last couple pieces I forget to get to, and it gets kind of pushed to the back of the fridge. Find it a few weeks later, and yes, it's the fridge. It's fine. I mean, it's not as soft, but so I don't think that's true. I don't really know why I'm reading this, because I hate when it's just normal grocery shopping day, and it happens to be the day before a storm or whatever, and I have to deal with all the people freaking out. Oh, instead of buying food such as milk and bread, that's because, bread to eat canned meats, fruits, vegetables, and a can opener. Okay, if you don't have a can opener, you might be in trouble. Who is that low on food? My refrigerator is almost empty, which is very rare for me. My freezer's got a good amount in it, and I got cabinets. I do not have a lot of storage space in my apartment. I don't have a lot of food here, and I'm single, so I don't need a lot of food. But I could survive at least probably 10 days with what I have. And yes, I am sure if you have a big family, a bunch of kids running around eating for a few days, things can go down pretty quickly. But I mean, like, how is this a topic of discussion at all? I've been toying around with like changing the format. And I went several days without recording anything, and my videos, I want to try to get them shorter, but I don't know when to stop talking. It's been difficult for me to structure like a beginning, middle, and end. I really don't have time to do any planning. I just kind of save stories along the way. But I try to think like, would I watch my own podcast? I mean, based on the content, yeah, I do my best. And I think I say some pretty funny shit. And I'm not perfect, and I'm going to get better. But I would be very reluctant to blindly just turn on a half-hour plus podcast without knowing anything about it. And that's what people are doing, and it's awesome. And thank you. And I hope I'm not disappointing you too much, because there is no. I try to point people in a direction with where I may be going in the title of the episode, but maybe stop and listen. Thanks. But I've been thinking about like just doing episodes, but I need more. I need smaller content, more digestible content. And I've been thinking about how to do it. And I want to do just smaller stuff. So, like right now, I'm at almost 47 minutes, and this will be. I'll turn this into a full episode, but I need to start cutting the segments down as I do them. From my understanding, the YouTube algorithm, you need content really every day, ideally. And man, how to do that is difficult. So I'm trying to figure out how I can deliver something that's funny. I don't even know if I said anything funny today. I don't feel very funny. Not lately. I don't work outside all day long, but I do some. And that is all I've been thinking about lately, for the most part. Anyway, so that's all I got for today. I hope everyone stays safe, stay warm. It's difficult for me, at least, and maybe I'm just a prick, right? to be as nice of a human being when it's like really cold. Like I'm not saying I'm rude or nothing. It's just like I don't want to talk to anybody. I say so many fewer words a day when I'm cold. It's got to be pretty significant. I don't know if it's about expelling the energy or letting the heat out. I bet you that's what it is. Because historically, I don't know if there's a lot of inventions or art that's come from really cold places. I mean, if you have to spend significant amounts of your life being focused on surviving, especially because it's cold, you can't ever kind of take an off day to maybe make a cave painting or eventually make a sculpture or invent something. I can't fathom historically why people would ever stay in cold places. Okay, I get it. If you happen to oops, took a wrong turn. We headed towards California, took the northern route, went too far.
Older than a witch's titty out there.
I don't understand it. Why anyone? I don't know why any civilizations would all right, well, I guess we'll just get used to this. It's crazy. I hate the cold so much. I hate it. It makes me tense. I'm blathering on. I don't know how much of this I'm going to use. I hope something. So I will see you again soon. I appreciate it. And yes, subscribe, follow, comment, do all the things. Thank you for watching. It's still incredible. It's people watching me and giving me likes and stuff and subscribing. It's amazing. I'm going to do my best to try to entertain you. There's so much good content out there that we'll never even hear about it. For you to stop and listen to what's coming out of my mouth, it's thank you so much. We're going to be growing together, so thank you. I'll see you next time.